Hey, you guys, what's going on out there? It's your girl, Pretty Sexy Driver the Brand, aka Sonic Six, and of course, we are back for a review slash recap of House of Villains, episode 3 of season 3. And baby, let's just say, y'all know we ended on episode 2, and baby, the girls were summoned, the men were summoned. Oh, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Okay. Uh, we were summoned, baby, and in the house. And of course, you know my girl Jackie Christie was put up for elimination, and her roommate Christina. And baby, I am ready to see what happened at elimination, who got voted out of the House of Villains, and baby, what's gonna go on next. But yes, it's my silent but deadly ninjas. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who is your favorite villain so far in the House of Villains as we get into episode 3, which is titled Let Them Spill Tea. And baby, let's just see what tea they are finna spill. So y'all come to find out our girl Jackie Christie got banished from the house. And only 3 people voted for Jackie out of the 5. And whoever them 3 people is, y'all the real ones. Whoever them 5 that voted against Jackie, y'all fake. And like Jackie said, baby, y'all want to keep Christina in this house. Christina is y'all biggest competition. And y'all don't even see it happening in the game that she's playing amongst the villains. And Tyson, that's real dirty. You real dirty for that. But as we get on into episode 3, baby, we hear from our girl Ashley. Ashley's like, it was killing time. And I'm just over here like, wait a minute. And now it's after elimination. Kate's in the house. Christian's in the house. Christian's hugging Ashley. Baby, Plain Jane is looking. It's so much going on right now. Baby, as New York heads upstairs, Tom is downstairs with the rest of the villains and talking. And let's just say it's becoming a tea piping session in the house of villains. Kate is also went upstairs. Baby, the elimination was just crazy. We hear from our girl Drita and all the villains as they're downstairs talking about the summit and the ceremony and what happened and how it was and just what has been going on. So baby, yes. They are all downstairs, like I said, and they get a call over the intercom telling them that they are finna get dressed to get royal and baby get prepared for today's challenge. And let's just say it's gonna be a tea spilling session in time. Okay. But while they're getting dressed, we see everyone putting on their royal costumes and royal pieces. We also catch Ashley, Johnny, Tyson, Paul and Tom in the room talking about this secret alliance that they have going on in the House of Villains. And I find it's very interesting because they say knowing that one person did not actually vote for Jackie to go, but actually stay, and now they're all just in cahoots cooking up. And Johnny's like, there's a picking order, and he's in leader of his pack, but he does not trust Tom. He said because it's something about Tom that just gives him a vibe that he can't be trusted. And baby, our boy Paul is walking through and trying to catch the tea and trying to see what's happening left and right. And he got his ears to the streets in the House of Villains. So yes, y'all. As we get to the next day, let's just say, baby, we are finna have us a toxic tea party as the villains get prepared for this challenge. They go outside. Joel is just like an astronaut. Baby, they've brought back season 2 Victoria that was in the House of Villains last year. And baby, let's just say this toxic tea party is gonna be a very deadly game because the villains are not only going to be blindfolded, but they're going to have music blasting. And Miss Queen Victoria is going to be placing a poisonous teacup on the table. And she's going to tap the villain in front. And once she taps them, they are going to actually set the cup in front of the villain that they want eliminated and murdered from the house. In this game, you can tell it's going to be about strategy and a lot of teamwork. And baby, let's just say the villains are sitting at the tables plotting and getting ready. And baby, this game is going to be juicy. And that is what I like to see in the House of Villains. As the girls put on their game faces, as the boys put on theirs, let's just say the blindfolds dropped and the games began. Child, this toxic tea party has been a game. Do you hear me? Drita first, then Paul, baby. And then the next thing you know, after that, everybody was just dropping. But then we got to Tom. Tom eliminated Plain Jane and Ashley, and the only three people that were left outside were Tom, Johnny, and Tyson. And baby, when I say now this is an alliance, and the people that could not be trusted are now all playing together. So if you know what I know, then you know Tom is more than likely going to probably poison Johnny, but surprisingly, he poisons Tyson, and which you're going to blame Johnny, which is going to be crazy because now who is going to be the supervillain in the house and get the key is the T. And Tom already know. I mean, Tyson already knows that Tom is who eliminated him. And baby, this is when the backstabbing of the game begins. So now we're only left with Tyson and Johnny. Whew, baby, the villains are villaining in this game. So yes. It came down to Tyson and Johnny. They sat there at the table, made a quick game plan, and so Tyson drank the poison so Johnny could win to be the super villain in the house. And babe, let's just say that came with him having, his own room, but not only that, a lot of power to create a hit list to put villains up for elimination. And baby, let's just say things did not go over too well when he got outside with the other villains. Baby, he told New York to go to hell. Now he was joking, but New York got offended and she went off, baby. As Tiffany New York probably gives the people every time, okay? But not only that, our boy Johnny ends up inviting on his trip of his winning Miss Drita and Tom. So he said they can build some kind of relationship and this alliance. And baby, let's just say as we go throughout the rest of the house, we see the villains are celebrating, talking. We see Tom and Tyson talking to Miss Victoria, and baby, it is just giving a very interesting night, spill and feel within the house. And babes, we see where Johnny and how Johnny's playing the game. We see Plain Jane and Drita talking, and baby, it's just giving an interesting set and vibe. Okay, in the House of Villains. So much is going on in the house, baby. We see all the villains like in separate rooms. We hear different conversations happening and going on. And babes, we then get in the room with Paul, Ashley, and Johnny. And baby, let's just say these three villains are cooking up a plan and a scheme, and it's getting juicy because now they have their eyes set and locked on a target. And Tom may want to watch his back within the house. But after that challenge, it's the next day, and baby, let's just say we're in for a treat. We get a little promo, we get the puppets, and it's giving a vibe. As you know, we are shooting a little promo editing content. If you watch so far within the House of Villains, they shoot like these little parodies and they make these moments for us to have. And I really, really like them. And I thank them. So we see Paul and Plain Jane are really developing a very dope friendship, a very deep, neat friendship. And it's cool to see because this House of Villains is all about alliances this season. And to have a friend is to have an alliance in this house. And as we see, the day is, like I said, beginning and starting, and we're catching the villains all just having different conversation. We see Kristen and Janet also having a conversation. And baby, I know she's probably wondering like why he did not pick her to go on today's trip, and I wonder what is he going to say to her. and how this conversation is really finna ebb and flow because one thing about it, she's playing the long game and I think Johnny is too. But, she said she's gonna keep things cute because she got a boyfriend. So child. So as we continue throughout the house and we're seeing like the dynamics playing out in the relationships, we see that Kate says, Johnny got a little antsy with her when they were having a conversation about a celebrity that was on another reality show and just how everybody is moving and maneuvering in the house. And baby, we get to see our girl Drita, Johnny, and Tom go out. And baby, guess what? They're going to the House of Art. So they are going to make art, baby. And Drita is so excited. And baby, it's just giving a good time, a good vibe. But while all the other villains are back at the house, they receive pizza like Jules said he was going to recommend that they receive. And baby, the villains get a little treat on the inside of the very first pizza box. Come to find out that now one of them will be the right hand man to Johnny and helping him create the hit list for tonight within the house and who will be up for elimination and that they will have to come on an agreement. And baby, this is really going to be the turning point within the House of Villains because this is really shaking up the game and also giving everybody like a chance to see what's gonna happen next, what's gonna go on next. We see Ashley and Paul having a conversation in the cubby. And baby, let's just say it's getting real up in here. And so let's say they want to put Tom up and put Tom down for elimination. And that is going to make a very interesting play because we know Tyson and Tom are buddy buddy. Also, I meant to shout out Plain Jane for going to Johnny and letting Johnny know that if he was up for elimination, that he could count on Plain Jane's vote. And we get a backstory about Plain Jane explaining, why it's hard for her to make friends with straight men, just because, Plain Jane is, queer. And babes, this has become a very interesting turning point because now as we get back to the table and we see Johnny, Drita, and Tom having a conversation about what's going on inside the house and what's going to happen with the alliance and what's going to be created. So after Johnny gets back to the house, all the other villains get back with him. Baby, he is met with the news that Paul is his right hand man, and baby, he's gonna help him in tonight's hit list elimination. And let's just say everybody starts panicking, ramming. Tom goes upstairs and is like, I think they're gonna put me up. Da, da, da. And then we go outside. We see Paul and Johnny having a conversation. Paul is definitely pushing for Tom to put up for elimination and babes and is giving his plans to Johnny about why they should keep playing James. And let's just say it is getting very wild and very, very hectic. And then the next thing you know, the villains go back inside. We see them getting dressed. We see them getting ready for the ceremony of the hit list. Child, next thing we know, they are summoned into the room, and Johnny takes his seat in the villain chair, and Paul takes his seat right next beside him. And the three villains that are up for elimination: New York, Tiffany Pollard, Kate, and Plain Jane. And when I say everybody is gagged, I mean gagged because these are not the people who I thought would have been up for elimination. But y'all, episode 3, House of Villains. Spill tea time, time to spill tea, baby. Everything, okay? It has been your girl, Pretty Sexy Jar Brand, aka Simon Sesson. Until next time, you guys. Bye.